Can I go from a fresh newborn fetus of a character to KeystoneHero? Yes, I've done it, but that's not the point. Can I do it and have fun? Probably not. Today and over the course of God only knows how long, I'm beginning the journey of taking every class I find appealing in this godforsaken video game. Looking at you, mages. Fuck off. I'm not playing a mage. From a fresh, unsoiled 0 Raider IO score to a charming Alpha Chad 2500 orange score. Now I want to address the elephant in the room. This is not going to be a pugging my way to KeystoneHero. I value the inner workings of my cranial cavity ever so slightly too much to be putting myself through that kind of purgatory. A fiery pit awaits me when I croak, and I'd rather not pay money to speed that process along. Now that's not to say I won't be pugging keys, or I'll be calling my regular Mythic Plus group to come power fuck my way through keys like I'm Young Gravy at a MILF convention, but if I want to grab one of the boys and run some alt keys with them, that's completely on the table. I'm a 26-2700 IO rogue player currently. I've hit KSM and KSH and BFA, Shadowlands, and our current season, and I'd like to think I'm not a steaming hot pile of garbage. So think of it as less of a challenge, and more like strapping yourself into a makeshift rocket made by 2 rednecks to have access to a 36 pack of Busch Light and a perk 30. It may be fun, you're coming along for the ride either way, so you might as well just sit back and enjoy it. I've played pretty much every class this game has to offer at a somewhat high level, except mages. Fuck mages. So I'd like to think I can provide something valuable to you masochistic bastards that decide to watch this clown fiesta, no matter what spec or class you keep paying $15 a month to play. With introductions out of the way, I chose the Brewmaster Monk for our first run. Why, you ask? Well, for one, I'm a crippling alcoholic and this appeals to me, even at the behest of my therapist and my local judge. Secondly, like I said before, I'm in a rogue, and I wanted to see what it was like to not have to wait 18 business days to find a group. Third, I wanted to play something slightly off meta, but not so off meta I might as well have sold my computer and done something more productive with my life. Now I'll admit, I have severe ADHD, hyperfixation, and more than likely a slight bit of a learning disability.
Nice.
So I pre-recorded the first couple episodes. My goal is to pump out a video every other day for y'all, but as I'm sure even the most feeble-minded of you can tell, I am the walking incarnate of chaos, and my life tends to follow suit, so I make you zero promises, but I will try my best. Now that being said, future episodes will be streamed over on my Twitch, so go drop a follow and come join the festivities and outbursts I can't legally upload to YouTube. Please. I'm begging you. For just one click, you two could help the mental state of a basic 23-year-old white guy stay in check. As for what's happening in the background, I sped up the leveling footage because I am sure not a single fucking one of you wants to watch me flex my E-penis in a Burning Crusade time walking, pulling the entire dungeon, not caring if the group dies because I'm a poorly scaled tank, and I can solo it. After 2 hours of holding my W key, I hit 70, crafted 2 weapons so I didn't hit like a wet piece of single-ply toilet paper, crafted a lariat so it didn't look like I've never played Dragonflight before, killed the world boss so I could get 126 gold for the 18th time this expansion, and knocked out some world quests so that I could take more than a hostile glance from any mob in a keystone. Now that the setup was done, I booked my fat cow ass over to No Kid Offensive. Side note, I swapped a Torrent at some point during this, and I honestly don't 100% remember why, but I feel like I was trying to keep time walking with a friend of mine to finish off his weekly, but I was Alliance and he was Horde, so we couldn't. This I think then sent me into a rage, causing me to immediately throw money at my problems to fix them. Anyway, continue. To run a Mythic 0 because I was impatient and wanted a Keystone. The run went smoothly, nothing of note to really tell you about. It was a Mythic 0. I basically put my cock on the table and demanded the dungeon to bow to it. I managed to get a helmet and a ring with worse stats than me when God finished my character creation. These are dark times. It was then I realized I may have fucked up. Again. You see, I started this the week Valor became uncapped. Now I don't know how many of you gamers have been around for a while, but when Valor becomes uncapped, this happens. I thought about it for a while, trying to decide what I was going to do, but at the end of the day, I was through chesting that +2 with or without the carries, or I was uninstalling System 32 from my PC, so I let it slide, and knocked out that Halls of Valor +2 in about 20 minutes. I did a few more, +2 through 5s just to get some base level gear, which didn't drop, by the way, and Valor to upgrade the fat juicy loot I would get later on in the run. My final run of the day was an 8 no-cood. I think it was around like 360 eye level. Again, I'm slow mentally. I'll put an eye level tracker on screen for future videos. The run actually went smoother than I anticipated, considering I felt like a housewife and the dungeon felt like my alcoholic husband coming home from a bad day at the office. I got my ass handed to me almost every pull, but that brings me to a talking point, so let's take a second and talk about the Brewmaster's healing and damage mitigation. I feel like I have a defensive for literally every pull. Between Diffuse Magic, Dampen Harm, Fort Brew, Quick Roll into a Zen Meditation, Explosive Keg, Expel Harm every few seconds, getting healed from cleansing my stagger, Celestial Brew. I feel like I'm more unkillable than the American drug crisis. I get low, Expel Harm heals me for 80% of my health bar, and every single pull I can just cycle defensives, and honestly this shit feels nice. Now I know it's only an 8, trust me, I can't wait for my hopes and dreams to get shattered when I get pimp slapped later in the run, but for now, I'm loving it. And honestly, that's about it for my first day as a Brewmaster. I spent some time dicking around with my UI, which I'm still not sold on, worked on getting rotation down to muscle memory, learning my oh shit combos for when I'm bad and forget to press said defensives, and so on. Real quick, I want to thank each and every one of you bastards for clicking on this monstrosity. You have no idea how much it means to me. If you enjoyed, leave me a like and leave me a comment saying how you'd like me to show you the dungeon runs in the future. And don't forget to press that subscribe button. That would be important. Wouldn't want you to miss the shit show. I personally feel like anything around the 2 to 5 level just isn't super entertaining to watch, especially when I just pull the entire block and ignore mechanics like your average Beast Mastery hunter. So the options I thought of are pretty much just skipping to the meat of the content, which would be the +10s and up, doing one more voiceover time-lapse video of all the lower keys I did, or giving you a quick brief synopsis of everything that's been run so far in the next video, and then jumping into the live gameplay. But I'm open to any and all suggestions. At the end of the day, I don't know. I'm like a founding father, for the people or whatever the fuck they said. I didn't graduate, was too busy trying to bang my social studies teacher than learn about presidents. Get off my ass. Anyways, thank you fellas, much love to you all. This is just a short little introductory episode before we kick off the true series, so I'm gonna keep this one a little bit shorter. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment telling me how you want the future videos to be played out. Don't forget to come watch the Twitch stream. We're gonna stream all this stuff live, twitch.tv/TrankTTV. Thank you again fellas, take it easy, peace.